Hey, kindergarten, it's me with our friend Mr. B. Mr. B's read a couple of other stories with us, and today he wants to read one called A Blue Dog. Now, what does blue start with? What sound? B. B. I know something else that starts with B. Do you know something else that starts with B? B. B. How about beautiful buttons? Beautiful buttons. Very good. Just like the word blue, right? Okay, so Mr. B wanted to read this because he likes the word blue, but he heard that something very silly happened because some kids weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. They weren't following directions like they were supposed to. They thought they were helping, but they really didn't think through what the end result was going to be. We have to think about consequences, right? If you do something, is it going to be a good consequence, which means how it ends up, or is it going to be a bad consequence, which means how is it going to end up? Are you going to make mom happy, or are you going to make mom upset? Think about the things that you're doing throughout the day. Okay, you ready, Mr. B? Okay, here we go. Now again, this is one of the stories from my book, These Are Our Neighbors. It's a very old book. The front cover, the spine, and the back of the book are all very old and worn because the book is so old. One of the stories was written as far back as 1942. That's a year, the year 1942. So I wasn't born until like 30 years after that. So we know that this is an old story. But I think the moral of the story of what it's trying to teach you, what the plot is, what it's all about, is still good and makes sense. Okay, you ready? A blue dog. Have you ever seen a blue dog? A dog that can run and play? No one in Mark's family had ever seen one. No one on Elm Street had ever seen one. But one day there was a blue dog for everyone to see. This is how it happened. If I can turn the page. Bangs was Mark's pet. When Mark got him, he was not blue. He was just a brown and white dog. One morning, Mark said to Joan, "We must wash Bangs." Mark got some water. Bangs jumped into it. He liked to be washed. Soon Bangs began to get white, but he was not as white as the children wanted him to be. "I know," said Joan. "We can make Bangs very, very white." "How?" asked Mark. "Mother has something blue in the house," said Joan. "She puts it in the water when she washes my white dress. Mom said it makes things white. Mom said, I made a mistake. If you make a mistake, just go back and reread it again. Mom said it makes white things look whiter." Mark stopped and looked at Joan. "That is funny," he said, as he looked at the water. "How can blue water make things look white?" "You're going to see," said Joan, and she ran into the house. Joan did not tell her mom about Bangs. She did not ask her mom for what she wanted. Soon Joan came back. "Take Bangs out of the water," she said. Okay. What is she doing? Okay. Oh, should she be doing that? She's got a good idea. She thinks it's a good idea. But should she be doing that? She began to make the water blue. Mark put the dog back into the water. And what a surprise they both had. Bangs did not get white. He got blue. The children washed and washed poor Bangs. They tried and tried to make his fur white again. But the dog just got bluer and bluer. Daddy called the kids. "Come on in," he said. "It's time for dinner." Bangs heard Daddy and he ran away from the children. Daddy was surprised. "Bangs," he said, "what happened to you?" "We have a beautiful dog now," said Kathy. "He looks just like my new blue dress." "Oh, what, do you have a blue dog?" "Oh, what would your parents say if they saw your dog turn blue?" Mark told Daddy and their mom what had happened to Bangs. "You made the water too blue," said Daddy. Mom told the children something too. You have to ask before you take things that are supposed to be used by adults. You can't take things out of the house either without asking first. Always ask a grown-up when you have an idea about something like that that's going to involve using chemicals that you really should not be using on your own. They can be dangerous. After the children went to bed, Daddy washed Bangs again, but this time he did not wash him in the blue water. He washed him in the regular water. And what do you think happened to Bangs? Did Daddy fix the problem? He did. He got all of that blue out of poor Bangs. Poor Bangs. He was able to get his white fur back. All right. Kind of a funny story, right? But you also kind of learned something. What did you learn from this story? What was the plot? What was it all about? What did the author want you to know when they wrote the story? That you should always ask first. You should never, ever use any kind of chemicals that you find in the house. Even if you think you're helping out. You want to help Mom clean the floor or the bathroom. You maybe want to do some laundry and help Dad. It's a good idea, but before you do it, you really should ask somebody else who's a grown-up or an older brother or sister and see if they can help you or if it's even the right thing that you're using, right? Because sometimes good ideas can end up kind of messed up. So we want to keep everybody happy. We want to keep you guys safe. All right, we're going to go. You ready, Mr. B? Want to go play outside? It looks like the sun is coming out. I've got to wash my dog, Nini, but I'm not going to use anything blue. All right, I'll hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.